It's Y2K. It's Y2K.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
Everybody.
Hello to everyone. Everyone
Yeah.
who is not on a Windows machine.
Sucks to be you guys. Or yes. No, wait. I love Mac. Yeah, I love Mac. Welcome to FastTrack Feedback Fridays, bro.
Welcome back to FastTrack Feedback Friday.
Friday, baby. Get your feedback. Get your songs in. Right now we got one in the queue. Yes, we are a feedback music stream that
Gives feedback.
That gives feedback.
Detailed AF.
And we think is the best way. Yeah, very detailed. It takes about 10 to 15 minutes per track. We typically have room for 5 people in the queue. We have 1 people in the queue right now, and people usually filter in as the stream goes. So queue is open. Go for it. I think there's only 1 person in the chat right now, too. So it's like, yo, if you're here, say what's up. It might just be me. But yeah, that's Fast Track Feedback Fridays.
Yeah. Well, if anybody does want to submit, you are lucky right now that it's kind of slow summer season when people don't seem to be on Twitch streams as much.
Good. They're touching grass. Yeah.
Yeah. There's plenty of slots in the queue for you, young tech addict. But yeah, we've got plenty of time to review your tracks. Again, we give very detailed feedback. Spend 10 to 15 minutes on it. We've got a little format down there that we follow. And yeah, the first one is pushed to live there. Do you want to read off the details?
Pickle, who the fuck is that? I feel like I've seen them before, but Pickle's the artist. Apparently it is a freestyle. Let's see. Their role is freestyle artist. Track genre includes hip hop, rap, freestyle rap. It's a beat. Apparently it's not a beat though.
Wait, it's a beat is Lil Shino. Remember?
Yeah, that is. Yeah, but like I don't think this is Lil. I don't think this is Lil Shino. I wonder.
Yeah,
and they also submitted like during the week, which is interesting. Like I guess, I mean, we usually get most of our submissions during the stream, but
wait, this is interesting.
On that Boom Bap, so
okay, we'll see what it is.
Yeah, it looks bricked up too. You ready?
Are we gonna get trolled?
I'm hoping not, but let's see.
Let's see. 3,
you go for it.
2, 1, go.
I remember going day to day, waiting on some bank. Now I go straight to the bank, cash a check, get what I need, then I say thank God I'm blessed. I go on my knees every now and then just to break the bread. Then I bend the bends, and I bend your bitch over in the back of the Benz, Range Rover, whatever I feel like driving at. Then running the track from the laps. Now I never have to go back, cause these bitches don't know that I ain't ever in last. Always in first, going through gold, I won't ever be left in cast. I'm always going first, so I ain't ever gonna be laughing in a casket. Shit, I'm always coughing. After that fucking gas, I be laughing like I'm crazy. Joker on this shit, I ain't even slaving. Like, hold on, this bitch really been crazy on the fucking wave, bitch. Every single day I be saying, Super Saiyan with the fucking goat. Every single day I just go for the fucking gold. Like, go to the bank, cash it in, then take the fucking goals. I mean, I know I got my motherfucking goals, and I never change a thought. I'm just going ghost. Record this bitch, cause I'm going on to go pro. I ain't never need a trick, cause I'm going fucking pro. I mean, on the fucking shit, I've been getting my fucking rolls, and I
longest minute of my life
straight to the nose. I be losing my damn brain every which way I go. I wish I could break the damn case like I'm mental, but like really I be going crazy with no utensil. I never need a trick about no bitch. I've been on my business trip ever since a kid. I remember posted up selling bricks, still doing that shit. I can never change my shit. Actually hit me up, I slang. So I get what you need, I get you the K. Like, hold on, I'll be up in the keys. Now hold on, let me get to the lane. Hold on, I ain't never switched, but I fuck on a bitch. I really thought she was lame. Like, hold on, why you slick? I ain't need to complain. You do your shit, well I keep on my same. Like, hold on, I go hourly, monthly, daily. I ain't never tripped, I get that check in. Crazy, burning shit down just to see a little clown. No, I'm running the damn town, I remember running it loud. I ain't never going quiet, best believe I'm loud. On top of this shit, never silent. I could get the fucking mound and the trip. Best believe I've been on my shrooms, off my shit. Every single day planning on some doom, planning on some shit. I ain't never caught up in one room, I gotta be moving with motion, movement. I ain't never tripped, this exciting. My energeticness, put it down like a synthetic. Bitch, I ain't never need to see this other shit. Like, hold on, what you wanna spit? I already been up in your fucking crib, I've been taking everything. The power, the mentality. I mean, hold on, hours and hours of sitting in Houston doing white tea.
We going back to the hood with this one. We going below the poverty line with this one. Just kidding.
Oh my god. What the fuck? Oh, there's
Okay,
9
well
seconds. I'm not even gonna let it play out.
that was a freestyle, that's for sure. It's definitely felt that way.
Whew.
But
Wow.
yeah, man, if a homie off beat for 3 minutes straight. I don't.
Yeah. Super offbeat, but also what the fuck was happening with like the background vocals?
I don't even know. The regular vocal was like not even as good as an iPhone recording. It was like I don't know what to. It was like a shitty iPhone recording. It was like
It was
iPhone
like a
one.
Samsung recording.
Yeah, it was like a Android recording or iPhone one. Like,
It was
what is
bad.
happening? I don't get it. iPod Touch, first generation.
I think it's. I mean, again, I usually think that it's likely that if it sounds that bad, it is recorded on something pretty bad. But I
Yeah,
think the way that it sounds is more a product of the recording techniques. Like it sound there's so much like
he's in a
loose,
bathroom
flabby
or
low
something.
end.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's like in a bathroom or a closet or some shit like that. Probably a bathroom.
yeah,
And just the way it's placed on the mix, not even in the mix, just really like makes it sound terrible.
yeah. I remember that reminisces back in the day when I was in high school with my friends, and we had um, this app on the Android called U Loops, and it was a DAW on your
Hmm,
mobile phone, and you can make music there. And my friend, I'll dox him. His name is Nick, and what he used to do was he joined a whole rap crew on this U Loops app, and he has an older brother as well as a family who's living. You know, he's a high school student. He's living with
yeah.
his family, so he would be shy as a rapper, and he didn't want to anybody in the house to hear him. So he
Oh
went to
yeah.
his bathroom and recorded his rap songs. And you know what? This is what it fucking sounds like. But credit to Nick. Nick actually was on beat. This guy is not. This guy's not on
Nice.
beat. He's not. I'll give it to him that he is rhyming things at like he's getting to the end of the bar and then he hits something that rhymes. So like freestyle wise, it's like okay. In that aspect, everywhere else like flow, his voice I think is pretty cool too. But flow, awful. Negative flow, negative aura.
Negative flow.
Uh,
Negative Riz.
bathroom, yeah, negative riz. Bathroom was it was bathroom, and it made it hard to make. I don't know, like maybe the stuff he's saying believable, but like there's just it might just be my relationship with hip hop as it is now. It's just like I know that there are struggling times and people are forced to do things like selling drugs, and he's talking about that stuff too. Although he came from it as a little braggadocious kind of area, and like you know, maybe some of my favorite rappers of the past have done that, but I'm just kind of like tired of that, you know.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I believe it with
That's
this
the big
stuff,
thing for me is always like, do I believe what they're saying or are they just troping because it's like of
bro.
the
Even the
genre?
biggest rappers though, like now, I'm just like, I
Yeah.
don't think I believe it. Like freaking Future, like he
Hmm.
was always talking about like doing syrup or was it codeine and all that stuff, but
Scissorp.
like scissor, but he doesn't do it. Like he doesn't do it, and he's literally like pushing that lifestyle on kids, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
bro,
That's the worst part. And
yeah.
that's like
And this
something
is the
that
product of it. You have some kid. I just think I don't mean to insult this person, Pickle, but it's like I just imagine you're like a young guy, and it's like this is what's cool in hip hop, and I'm like, this is the least cool thing ever. You know,
yeah. It well
I like the
it
beat. I think your voice is cool, but content wise, I don't think it was good. I think the delivery was awful too, and you're talking about going pro. You got a long way to go for sure, and
yeah.
we're here to help. So we got to be honest, though. So yeah, like first of all, like get a better recording. Well, first of all, work on your craft
Yeah.
and get feedback like this. Like yeah, so you know, I it's not just about rhyming. It's about rhythm, being in time with the beat, being in a pocket with the beat. You know, there's some rappers that do play around with like going off and on the beat and stuff, but that's kind of advanced. You before you do that, there's always like a saying like get the fundamentals down first,
Yeah.
and then you can break the rules. But you got to learn the rules first
Isn't
to
there
play
like an
the game.
ancient proverb about that?
Something like that. Yeah, learn the rules first, then you can break them. But
Yeah.
like you don't know the rules,
Yeah.
so that's what it is. But yeah, shouts out to you for. I don't think this is a troll, so shouts out to you for submitting to us. But
Yeah.
That's my vibes first impression. What do you got?
Yeah, I mean, same thing overall. Obviously, it just doesn't sound.
Yo, what's up, Ham Danik?
Ham Danik, what is up? Yeah, use our form there. We've got a platform
Save
that we
us.
built with our
Save
own
us.
hands, and yeah, we've got
Good song.
a fully open queue today. So you'll
Yeah.
be up next if you submit your track. But
And if you
yeah,
have any trouble, let us know. Like we built that form, so if there's any trouble, please let us know. We want to hear your music. We just heard a bad song, so please like help us.
help us get this taste out of our mouth. But
Yeah,
yeah, we, by
we're
the
still gonna
way,
help, but yeah,
FYI, don't be intimidated by the form. We try to collect that information so we can understand your track and what you're trying to do as an artist.
and put
And
it
we
up on our
give,
system.
yeah, and it gets, it gets put into our platform, which you can sign up for when you submit. But we will give you very detailed feedback. We spend like 10-15 minutes on each track. So stick around if you're interested in that. And
Yeah,
yeah,
and which is what we're
hope to see
doing
it.
right now. So yeah,
Yeah.
do you have a like a vibes kind of say your piece before we give scores?
Yeah, I mean it's ultimately it's just another one of those cases where it's like, does this person know their voice as like an artist, right? Like, is there something that they are trying to say that is them and not just sort of parroting like the genre or what they think people want to hear?
Yeah,
That's step one. That's like the most important thing. And then outside of that, just, spending more time, more effort working with people that have the experience to make something that sounds better.
yep.
Because there doesn't seem to be much effort put into like the recording aspect of this or really even the delivery. And
What's up, Magnus Music? Bah, bah, bah. Use our
yo,
form. We want to hear your music. Please save us.
yes, send
Save
us your
us.
track. You will literally be up next, whoever gets the track in first. So
Yeah, and let
send
us
it
know
in.
if you have trouble with that form.
Yeah,
We
if
made
you have
it. So
any issues, just let us know.
yeah,
But yeah, it's just a matter of like figuring out who you are and then spending the time, putting in the hours to get good at it. That's
yeah,
that's all it is for this.
yeah. And to get a little more granular too, it's like Josh said, like being genuine as an artist and like rapping about what you're doing. You might very well be doing that, but honestly, like what I was talking about before, I'm just hearing kind of tropes of hip hop and um, I don't know. You sound like a young guy. I don't know like where you're at, but um, in terms of like delivery of the voice, I feel like it was somewhat confident. Like I'll give you that. Like but the flow was awful. The delivery or the being on beat and rhythm, like not there. So like, please work on that. Like, freestyle, I think will help you build that too. But it seemed like you were really, really focused more on the rhyme when I think the most important part is the flow. So,
Yeah.
please try to work on that. Recording equipment and effort, like Josh said, was like not there at all. I don't know what you used, but yeah. Yeah, so I hope that you improve. And thanks for your submission. But yeah, we'll get to the scores. So vibes, do you have a score?
Yep.
All right, 3, 2, 1. Oh shit, you're right by me. Yeah,
Nice. Pretty. See,
yeah,
we're pretty aligned.
yeah, pretty consistent. All
But
right, 2 seconds. Did you get it in,
I think
Magnus?
yeah, he did. Or no,
Like
that was the other
oh,
guy.
oh,
Ham
Hamdanic.
Danik did.
All right, fire. You'll be next after this guy. This platform kind of nice. Hey yo,
Thank
thank you,
you.
bro. Yeah, we'll tell you
Um,
more about it when you stick around. But yeah,
maybe that'll convince A Magnus Music to submit. You said you only have a link to SoundCloud, which seems
did you steal the
interesting.
song?
Yeah.
What
Shouldn't you
happened?
have the file?
Yeah,
But yeah, the reason that we use this platform is so we can display the audio on the stream. That's
yeah,
how it gets broadcast in higher quality.
yeah.
And it also allows us to have this whole queue system that you see that helps us get through the stream in an effective way. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Also, actually, after the stream too, you guys will be able to come back to the website and click on your song, and it'll go to the stream VOD, and you guys can watch your reviews again. So, like,
Mhm.
please, like, if you have the file, go get it. Like, we'll be here for the next, like, almost an hour and 15 minutes. We end at 7:30 p.m. Central Time. But yeah, you have plenty of time, and literally after Hamdanic, there's nobody else. So yeah, but I'm on my phone. My PC is off. It's a private link. Can't you download it? Is that possible? If you're yeah, figure it out. You
If you
should be able to
can,
do
yeah.
it. I think you could download it. Like
Artist
that's possible.
professionalism. Get your tools together.
Yeah, and we'll help out with that. But yeah, we're
Yeah, yeah.
also like much more of a platform. But we'll get through this guy's review first, and we'll talk about it.
Eh,
So
also, after this review, we'll explain the platform. Another reason that we have it is because there's a whole lot behind it that you don't see right now. So
right,
we'll talk about that right after this. But
content.
yeah, for content, man, I sort of want to go back to something, but I sort of don't want to hear it. But
Do it. Do
let's
it.
show the people for context what this track was.
Do it.
And a trip. Best believe I've been on my shrooms off my shit. Every single day planning on some doom, planning on some shit. I ain't never caught up in one room. I gotta be moving with
All right, that's not the part, but that was a little example for
It's
y'all.
characteristic. Yeah.
just to see a little clown. No, I'm running to downtown. I remember running loud. I ain't never going quiet. Best believe
I swear to God, there's like panting in the background. There's like
Yeah,
right there. There's a
yeah,
little bit of
yeah.
like, it's like, what the fuck are you doing?
I don't know, man.
There was some weird ad lib sounds going on, and I couldn't tell what was happening earlier, but it sounded like he was trying to do some like mumbly low background vocals that were just like totally not the right thing, and were like,
Demon noises.
it was weird. Yeah, it was like,
Yeah.
like I don't even know what it was. I couldn't
Bro,
make
he's
it out.
definitely in the bathroom because he can't be like pussy.
Yeah.
He's like in the bathroom, like hiding from his like older
Bitches.
brother.
Yeah.
Like, bitches money, yeah, yeah, pussy.
Don't beat me up, bitches. Money.
Stop that.
I'm a gangster.
Oh shit, oh shit. I'm not a pussy. Ah!
Yeah.
Cut that out. But anyways, yeah,
But
that's the vibe
anyways,
that we get from it. And we talked about content already, like
yeah,
genuine artistry and
yeah,
flow, delivery, all that stuff. It's not there. The beat's cool, but I doubt you made it. So
yeah.
yeah. Anything else? I think your voice is decent, and I think everybody starts somewhere, and everybody often starts somewhere shitty. So
Yeah.
don't give up. Thank you for submitting. Feedback is like definitely a huge help to people, and I hope that it's helpful to you. We're not trying to make any enemies here too, so we'd love to hear your music like evolve, But yeah, like we're gonna tell you straight up what the average person or I like to think we're above average, but anyways, I
Yeah.
digress. What the music listeners gonna listen like? What are they gonna react to when they hear this?
Yeah.
So yeah, better us than I don't know that secret girl crush that you have at school. So,
Oh, God.
anyways, yeah, I have a score for content. Do you?
Yeah, me too.
3, 2, 1.
Yep.
Yeah, production. What production?
Yeah. Yep. Production, just like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Are you? I'm always curious with this level of production. Like, are you aware of how it sounds, or do you just not? Because sometimes when you listen to your own voice for the first time, you can't really tell like if you sound good or bad. Like it's just an odd
No,
experience.
I feel like most people think that they sound bad.
Yeah, usually, but it makes it harder to judge yourself, right? Like it's
Sure.
hard to judge things that you make objectively,
On a fair scale, yeah.
especially when you don't have any experience with like comparing stuff and you're just doing it for the first time. You're like, maybe this is just what I sound like as a recording artist or whatever. And it's like, no. Like there's so many things that you need to do to sound like a good artist, a good recording artist, and you're not doing those yet. So hopefully you'll learn, and maybe you want to spend the time to learn how to record, like get better technique and equipment. Maybe you want to hire somebody else or just work with somebody else. Find a collaborator that knows that stuff. But
Yep.
you got to do that, or else nobody's going to want to listen to your stuff because it just sounds amateurish. And there's so much stuff out there that sounds exactly like that, if not better. That even the
If
better
not
stuff,
worse, there's also worse
if not
stuff.
worse, there's worse
There's
too.
worse stuff.
That's
so,
true.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just if you're serious about it, yeah, you just got to put in some more hours, some more effort, more networking, and keep trying it.
Yeah, and keep submitting and get feedback. And like Ham Danik said, bro, shouts out to you. I was him in the beginning, but with practice, you're learning and you kind of get it.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll see what you have to say, Ham Danik. I can't wait to hear your song. But yeah, like like I said, everyone starts somewhere, and that somewhere is often shitty. So keep it up. But yeah, this was not it. So production, do you have a score?
Yep.
All right, 3, 2, 1.
Yep.
Yeah, track total.
All right, and then track total. Let's
I
see.
wish there was a 69 over here, but I just
Oh,
can't
that'd be nice.
justify it.
Yeah.
Just can't justify it. I got a score to you.
Yep, I do.
3, 2, 1. Boo.
I was nice. I wanted it to be in the 30s range
You
just
were
for
nice,
some
bro.
encouragement.
I was real. All right,
Yeah.
I was real.
You're Simon Cowell today.
Yeah. Well, this guy he brought it out of me. What can I say?
Oh yeah, it is your
But
genre.
that was Pickle. Like I said, thank you for submitting. We appreciate it. But yeah, we want to hear you get better. So submit more, but we want to hear you get better, please. So yeah.
Oh, Hamdanic, who's up next, said, I was him in the beginning, but with some practice and
Oh, I
learning,
said
you
that
kind
already.
of get it.
I said that already.
Yep. Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay.
Nice.
But yeah, shout out Hamdemic. We appreciate you. And you're up next. So
Sweet.
yeah. Do you want to talk about the platform real quick?
Yeah. Oh, and A Magnus, we got your submission. Thank you for that.
Let's go.
Figured it
All right,
out.
you guys are both up. So
Perfect.
Josh was talking about how FastTrack is more than just the feedback stream. So and Hamdenic was saying how the platform's cool. So it's gonna get cooler. So please,
Yeah.
Josh, what do you have
So
to say?
basically, we've been doing this stream for a while. We built this platform to handle the queue for the stream and our review process. However, behind the scenes, we've been building a music collaboration platform essentially to be kind of a one-stop shop for you to collaborate on your music, keep track of revisions as you make them. So we've got the ability to create projects and then upload tracks to those and
Mhm,
upload versions to each track, so you can keep track of how your songs evolve. You can share that whole project or the individual tracks with collaborators, and like you can give them full access or only like view or comment access. They can leave comments that are timestamped across the waveform, so you can discuss what you need to and as part of your collaborative process. And then you can create tasks, and those tasks can be assigned to individuals. They can be related to specific projects or areas of work, so like mixing tasks, so you can kind of filter and sort things.
mhm,
And you'll get notified of those due dates as well, you or your collaborators, so you can just stay on track with meeting your release goals.
mhm.
Outside of that, we are also building features for you to build your own teams. So you can organize yourself almost like you've got your own little record label. So if you need a mixing engineer and a mastering engineer and a songwriter and somebody to help with promotion, you can
Someone
coordinate.
to help your whack ass. No, I'm just kidding. Someone to help record a better, vocal track, like
Yeah,
just Nickelback.
exactly. So you
Yeah,
can find these people and coordinate them into a team that then, it's under your terms. There's no like crazy record label contracts or anything like that.
you
You'll
make it.
eventually be able to decide probably on like royalty splits. So if you want people to have different types and degrees of ownership, you can do that. You can make those agreements.
Mhm.
And down the line, we've got a whole bunch of other features just around AI and helping you build your projects and your career more easily.
Yep.
So that's what we're doing. It's in closed beta right now. So if you want access to that, all you have to do is let us know. Literally just reach out. You can message us on either of our Instagrams or the FastTrack_music one, or
Yep.
you can join our Discord, which we're starting to build up there, um, and let us know there. But we're doing interviews, we're doing one-on-ones with people to understand your needs, how we can build a better system for you to make music with, and would love to just get to know you guys and chat and get you into the product. So if you're interested, just hit us up. And yeah,
Yep.
that's the pitch.
Let us know, y'all. Let us know. But enough of that. We'll get back to the music. We got Hamdanic till the end of time here. Their role on the track includes songwriter, producer. Track genre is experimental, and they are asking for feedback specifically on the structure of the song as well as the vocals. So cool.
Sweet.
They
Um,
said they are
you know
songwriter,
what?
producer. So are
I don't
you are
know.
you the vocalist too, or just curious?
I don't know why, but I just noticed that after switching the track, it didn't switch in the player, and it looks like something is wrong with the file.
Uh oh.
If you refresh, it will not load.
Okay, that's weird.
So I'm not sure what happened here, if this is a WAV file or what.
Yeah, I thought it was up for a second, but Hamdanic. Do you want
Hmm.
to try to re-upload it?
You have maybe a different format that you can bounce, or I don't know, because it looks like it didn't process for some reason. That's strange.
Yeah. Yeah, if you could re-upload it, that'd be cool. I don't know why it's not working. Let's see if A Magnuses works. Yeah, A Magnuses seem to load perfectly for me. Oh wait, till the end of time. It might work down here.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Uh,
okay. Now it looks like it loaded down there. That's super weird, which it wasn't before. Let's see if the main player loads it.
are you trying to
No.
dox us, Hamdanic? Are you trying to break our platform? What is this Og Vorbis? What kind of format did you use?
Yeah, Og. Strange.
I don't
See
know.
if I
It's
can.
it's not really working. Hmm.
Weird. I
Wave.
don't.
Is
I
it
don't.
like how big is the wave?
Yeah,
Is
I
it
was gonna
like
say.
100 megabytes or something?
I don't think we've seen
Should
this.
work, but Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
little
I'm
frustrating.
trying to find the file itself here. Hamdanic. It says it's 3 minutes long.
Yeah, what we're trying to fix it on our end right now. If you could just put in another submission, we'll fix it on our end. But yeah,
Hmm.
I don't know why it's not working.
You know what? I wonder if it's because the file name has a dot in it. It looks like the
Oh,
file name itself has a dot towards the end. It says
okay.
203.1.wave.
Dot one dot wave, and that'll fuck everything up.
I don't know. That could be why, but I'm not sure.
Dang.
What the heck?
So
Well,
maybe I don't. What?
it's weird because the other file works.
I'm wave two. It helps. I mean, wave is good. Like, hey Magnus, we can load your song easily. So yeah, Hamdanic, if you can, like now that I think, yeah, you signed up for a user too, so the form should be much faster. If you could just like put in another submission, and like Josh said, if you could change uh the file name to just something simpler with no weird characters, um, that would be great. And yeah, if you could do it really fast, we'll do your song. If it takes a little bit of time, maybe we'll go to Abe Magnus first. But yeah, because we want to keep the show kind of rolling here. Oh wait,
He said we can skip for now.
man. All right, sorry, bro. Yeah, for some reason it like loads partially for me, but then doesn't play. So yeah, if you could do that real quick, that'd be great. Um, let's go ahead and do the Abe Magnus then.
All right, yeah, sorry about that. Hopefully you can get a file in that does work. Maybe either if it's a different format or a little bit smaller, or just doesn't have a dot in the file name. Maybe that's why.
Right. Yeah, I think.
Or it could have just
Yeah.
been a fluke, and maybe something just went wrong with the upload. Who
Yeah,
knows?
as we're listening to A Magnus's, I can test to see if the other one works too. So, but yeah, so A Magnus, you're lucky, bro. You get to skip a spot. So they're a producer. It's called House Thing. Track genre include. Oh, should we delete his submission?
Hamdanic, you can delete your. I mean, I guess we can just do it for you.
Yeah, I'll just do
It'll
it.
be easier to submit that way.
All right, go ahead and refresh the page, Hamdamic, and try again. So, A Magnus. Track genre is house. This is the wrong thing. Very early work in progress of a house song. So good. Thanks for letting us know it's a work in progress. A very early work in progress of a house song I'm trying out. Not used to house. Most of it is MIDI. Just chopped up the saxophone from a sample. Okay, so that is good to know. What kind of feedback are you looking for? Just like what the idea is, or how to mix it and stuff. Um, yeah. So let us know. Let us know what you're looking for, because if it's a very early work in progress, it's probably not going to be the most professional sounding thing, but that's okay. Like that's why we want to give you helpful feedback. So yeah, we can go ahead and do house thing then. You ready?
Cool. Let's do it.
3, 2, 1. Just some mix size.
Where they get low.
Right.
Where they get low.
Yeah, kind of
Interesting.
vibes. Yeah, house ting. Hey Magnus, crazy.
Cool.
What do you think for vibes? First impressions.
Yeah, I liked that. I mean, it was bouncy, if that's an adjective to use,
Yo.
and fun, and it sounded pretty good overall. Um, can sort of address, I guess, like the content and the production when we get there, but overall, I think it was pretty fun. I don't know. What are your thoughts?
I mean, he says just mix wise, I guess, for the feedback, but yeah, I guess the mix is not all the way there yet, and I think you know that too because you told us it's a work in progress. But um, yeah, I think the content itself, I think it's very funky, very glitchy. I like that. A lot of different sounds going on. I think some of the different sounds, there's like some leveling issues. Like there's this little uh like woodblock, electronic woodblock
Yeah,
maybe kind of sound that's like very,
very
I
loud.
think, very loud and very upfront, and it
Yeah,
only happens like once, so it's like weird. It sounds like a mistake. I wonder if
I
we can
agree.
like find it. I'll
I
go to
thought it
mix.
happened a few times.
All right, all right, let's see here. Oh yeah, there it is. Add it. There, yeah. Like, but it's like very loud.
It's a
So
little bit of an odd spot for it too.
right, right, right. So there's stuff like that I think to consider. I like what the bass line is doing, and I think I like the notes, but it sounds very kind of muddy right now.
Hmm.
I'd like to like have a little bit more clarity to really understand what it's doing, and also to not really kind of gum up the mix, so I can hear all the other stuff that's going on because I hear like some synth stuff that's happening in the background, but I feel like it's getting kind of lost. Um, so I like the strings a lot. I think the saxophone was cool too. Yeah, so a lot of cool ideas, but yeah, I think some mix work needs to be done. I think a lot of the samples, as well, also sound a little bit stockish or maybe dry.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, if you can like kind of spice them up with some effects, some reverb, maybe some, I don't know, chorus and stuff like that, like, or just get better quality samples of like stuff I'm thinking of right away is like the kick and the hi hat, like the boom, tss, boom, tss, like they just sound kind of like stock. I think it's a good rhythm. It's like kind of a foundation of house music. But yeah, just if you could get some kind of more interesting kind of baseline sounds, I think it'll elevate the mix for sure. So yeah, that's my kind of vibes first impression. Overall, I think it's pretty cool so far.
Cool.
Yep.
Should we give scores?
Yes. Vibes. Baby. 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 Okay. Yeah, I have a score to you.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
Yep. Content. What do you got?
Well, you beat me to it. I was gonna say that the main thing I think that I sort of came away with was like it's good overall. Like it's pretty well composed. The production's not terrible. Like it comes together, but I
Hmm.
do feel that it's very stock sounding. Like that
Okay.
was just sort of my impression. Was like this sounds a little bit in the realm of like the demo songs that you get when you buy like a VST pack or something that they show
Yep.
off in their like videos.
Sometimes those are really good though, but yeah.
Sometimes, but it some it
Sure.
often just feels like it's music being made for the sake of the process of making music
Mhm.
versus for the sake of like a really great listener experience and like a really great song.
Yep.
And to me, it's like, yeah, it's nice, but I don't know if it like rises above the sea of like amazing music all over streaming platforms that people want to listen to all the time. It's just kind of like, what's the purpose? How does this stand out? Aside from standing out, is this like good enough in terms of intrigue? Is it like interesting? Is the groove like good or is it great? And I think right now it's just good. Um, and then some of the production stuff can like kind of be forgiven, but I think it's more so about the sound selection and just that some of these sounds are not great. Like I think that bass being like so low down and muddy, like
Mhm.
just doesn't sound like it was fine tuned for that bass part or for
Mhm.
this song, which is how real music production works, right? Like you have to tweak and hone the sounds to work for the song, and if
Mhm.
they don't, you find a different one. But
Mhm.
for this, it's just kind of like funk bass number three,
Yeah.
and like, and then I wrote a really low MIDI part for it, and then that's the end of the story. Versus like, does that work? Is that too low? Is that register too low? Is it too muddy? Is this the sound I want to use? Like, how does this interlock with the other sounds and parts that I have? Like, that's what being a music producer is about,
Mhm.
right? A real producer is like making all those decisions and considerations and determinations to make something great that's cohesive, not just like kind of works, kind of sounds like what's out there, technically the right sounds, balance is okay. It's got to be like awesome. It's got to be worth making and worth listening to.
Yep.
And
Yep.
I think you're on the journey. Like everyone's on the journey to trying to get potentially there if you're really serious about music. But yeah, it's just a matter of like stepping back a little bit, getting feedback like this, and then sort of assessing like, okay, I guess I wasn't really thinking about it like that. I could see how this could be like it could go up to another level, and then maybe that excites you, and you find new sounds to use or a new way of thinking about your music. Just being able to provide that sort of like removed perspective from yourself as the creator to say, is this actually good, or is it actually great, or does it need some work, and then going back to the drawing board. It's always that writer, revisionist thing that you have to jump between as a creative today, especially.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think there's opportunity in the content department just to spice things up and make it a little bit more interesting, but it's not bad by any means. There's lots of good here, and it's pretty fun to listen to, even how it is.
Like notes wise, like you said it in your thing too. Like you said, notes. It's like pretty much midied out right now, but yeah, like so notes wise, I think you did a fantastic job. It's just like what Josh says, like it's all about the sounds. Sound quality. So yeah, if you could swap those out, with some more high quality
I,
sounds,
I think we're losing your audio
fantastic.
a little bit. I don't know if that's just me.
Oops. Hello.
There we go. Yeah, it's better.
Yeah, just like I was just saying, like the notes themselves are really good. Just find better samples, and I think you'll be on your way. So
Mhm.
yeah, that's what I have to say about content. You have a score?
Yep.
3, 2, 1,
Nice.
and production.
Yeah, and then production again, not terrible. I would just say a little bit more cohesion overall, and like really paying close attention to like how does the low end sound? How is there like enough sparkle on this? Is there enough space being left in it? Does it sort of paint a picture? Does it take somebody to a place versus just being a big, blob of sound sort of in the middle of the stereo spectrum and not really having any like impressive frequency ranges? Like the low end is just okay, the high end is just okay, but like can you make those really pop? You want to create like dimension, right? So that people feel like they're in your song while they're listening to it, not just like in front of it.
Mm-hmm.
um and again, that gets into like sort of advanced productions with or techniques with production, uh to work in the stereo field, and to work with space and work with like multi-band compression and side chaining and getting rid of stuff that you don't need and EQing out excess frequencies, and like again all of these skills and tasks that are necessary to be a mixing engineer. Right now you're wearing a different hat. Now you're being the mixing engineer and potentially the mastering engineer, and there's just so much detail that you have to think about before something can be ready to really hit listeners' ears with positive impact. It's like just not easy. This is a really difficult thing to do, like doing it all yourself. And if you want to do it really well, you have to be obsessive. You have to be super obsessive about all the details, and or get people to help you and step in the places that you don't want to go to those lengths. But you're on the way. Again, like I said, you're on the journey. But a little bit more attention to detail, I think, is needed to get this over the finish line and get it to be worth listening to for more people, more listeners.
Yep. I agree with that. I agree with that. And I talked about a little bit like the kind of volume level balancing and stuff earlier, but yeah, Josh said, like house. I guess it depends on the genre that you have, but like you have all these strings and stuff and saxophones. Like I think you could definitely add some more sparkle to it. A little bit more uh, like sheen and shine to it. I think that could be like a very good direction for you to head towards. And I think you also have just a lot of room for that in your mix. Like I said, everything kind of sounds dry. So, stuff like reverb. Now, don't go crazy with it, but like that'll add like kind of like a breathy, like airiness to it, right? Which right now it just sounds kind of flat. And like I just put notes into MIDI instruments. So yeah, I think that's your next step. Like I said in content earlier, like find like really, really dope sounds that you're as a starting point, and it'll make everything else easier. Like you find the dope starting point and then like tweak some effects and stuff on your production. Like Josh said, like create a stereo space, use like the left and right to like really kind of create an ambience. And I think you were kind of doing that. The only one I remember really was that woodblock thing, but it was way too loud. And I think it was like a little bit panned. So good on you for doing the panning. But yeah, like do it more with the other stuff. You can maybe like make other things move around or something as they come in and out. But yeah, like that's your job as the producer, right? So you have this whole playground to produce an atmosphere for us that's very captivating. And music is so competitive that people, if they listen to your song for 3 seconds and they don't like it, they're gone. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, um,
Well,
the
I
fact
was
that you're
gonna
new to
say,
house though, it's just like pretty great for
yeah,
like the notes and stuff. So
yeah, that's
cool.
true. I was just gonna say that it's also like there's a silver lining to that, which is that it's fun when you get good
This
at these skills and you learn all this stuff, because then like you can wow yourself. You can do things that are like, oh my god, this sounds so much better now, or like then you can really be proud of this stuff. And whether or not every song resonates with a lot of people, at least you'll be even more proud of your own work and just like, wow, I can really do cool shit with music. So definitely
Yep.
worth digging into those skills and keep going.
Yep. So I have a score. Do you?
Yep, I do.
Production 3, 2, 1. Bow.
Wow. I actually said it was less bad than the other categories. Like I thought it's just decent. It's not like eye catching, but there's
Yeah,
nothing
maybe I'm
like,
a little bit too low.
yeah. But
Yeah.
you're on the right track. You're getting there.
Yes. So thank you for your submission, A Magnus. We appreciate you. Ham Danik, we got your track and I looked at it and it seemed to be working. So
Yeah, seems to be good.
thank you for that. Sorry
Thank you.
about that, especially after we just advertised our platform. But I swear it works and I swear it's cool. Join it if you think so. So Ham Danik, Till the End of Time is the track name. Their role includes songwriter,
Wait,
vocalist.
we didn't do our track total.
Oh shit, my bad. Sorry guys, sorry. Hey,
It's all good.
getting ahead of myself here. Yeah, you got a score?
Yep.
Say what I have. Where am I at? Right here. 3, 2, 1.
Oh.
Yeah, 69. You think it's 69 track? All right.
Yeah,
I
I'd
can
say
see it.
so.
I
It's in
can
that
see it.
realm.
Sure. Yeah, thank you, A Magnus. Sorry, I was just trying to get you out of here. Appreciate it. We
Yeah, thanks for
appreciate
the
you, bro.
submission. And
Come
send
back.
us more stuff. Come back.
Yeah, I think you have a knack for notes, so
Hmm.
appreciate it. But Ham Danik is next. My bad. So I'll do this whole thing again. It's called Till the End of Time. Their role includes songwriter, vocalist. Thank you for putting it in this time. Producer. The track genre is experimental. This waveform looks different from the other one, so interesting. But the track artist, like I said, Hamdemic, and he wants feedback on the structure and the vocals. So, yeah, you came to the right place. Is what we do. You ready?
Yep. Let's do it.
3, 2, 1. Black, yo, what's up, bro?
Ooh, hey.
You got a song for us?
I don't wanna talk about it now.
Interesting.
We both know that I have broke the vow.
Welcome, Black.
Are you ever gonna spend your time away?
The vocals seem a little bit buried.
I love you
Yeah.
till the end of time.
A little effect there.
Interesting. Cool chord progression. Like guitar.
When I was alone, you were my lullaby. Kept my word, but I still made you cry.
I feel like
But I don't wanna give
Nice drums.
my heart away. Would you love me till the end of time?
great that hit here and there. Overground snare or underwater snare.
on this stuff to give it more like texture. It's very low end heavy.
Yeah. I think I'd say the same for the vocals too, actually.
Yeah, there's like cool stuff going on. It's just production.
Very dark.
Yeah.
I think in general, the generic amplification is too low in volume.
Wait,
Like the
sorry, you were
bass,
saying
the kick
in
drums
general?
just always
Oh,
overpower everything. So just
yeah,
balance wise. But yeah, that was Till the End of Time by Hamdanic. That was like very unique. I don't even know what to call that in terms of
yeah,
genre. And
I
they
know.
put experimental, so it's probably correct. So
Okay.
vibes, first impressions. What do you got, Josh?
I mean, yeah, it's like super interesting and unique and dark and brooding. Cool textures, like cool vibe. Again, like cool chord progressions. But I just was realizing like a lot of it sounds kind of a little bit blanketed, right? It's very like low end heavy, and I don't know if that's because you're
Vocals.
trying to, yeah, and like we're not getting enough of the vocals, like which is also kind of a high mid range thing.
Mhm.
I'm not sure if that's because you are just trying to make this sound really like dark and brooding, and that's why this is happening. Like you still need a little bit more balance than that overall, or I suspect it could be because of your listening situation. That's what
Oh,
this sounds like to me.
I was
Because
gonna
of
say
the
something else.
well, what?
Or are you shy as a vocalist and
Oh
you are
yeah,
you
that
trying to
too.
hide? Are you trying to hide behind the beat? Because I've sensed that a little bit.
That too. I was thinking
Um,
that also.
yeah, I would say, bruh, fuck it, let it fly.
Yeah,
Fuck it, let it fly. We want to hear like that higher like sheen of the vocals right now.
yeah.
Like it's buried. It's buried. It there's a cool kind of I think robotic thing that you got going on, but I don't. I think it's not enough. I think it's in a uncanny valley of like natural sounding vocal or 8-bit crushed vocal. Like I think you're in the weird in between. I think you should either go one way or the other. I would favor the 8-bit because I feel like it would also give you a little bit more like of those high frequency stuff that we're missing in this mix. And that can make it really interesting, especially when you glitch things out. So if I were you, I'd boost the vocals up. I would um, don't hide the vocals behind everything and like kind of be ambitious. Like you're experimental, right? Like be experimental, like go crazy. Definitely hiding behind the beat. Let's go, bro. I told you. I can hear it. I'm a vocalist too, and I've done the same thing. But now look at me. I yap like no tomorrow, and I love the sound of my own voice. So yeah, that's my first vibes for this impressions. But yeah, overall it's a pretty dark, pretty interesting song. I do say that because I think the vocal is the kind of main piece that we are supposed to be paying attention on, but it doesn't captivate us if it's just behind the beat like that. So uh, yeah, take us away, bro. But that's my vibes, first impressions. Um, and Josh, what do you have?
Well, it's funny. He admitted
Joker,
to
the
his
public toilet is here.
Jokerhead. Oh my god.
If you look, have you used the mirror, bruh? No, I'm just
Holy
kidding.
shit.
I
Oh, good
did.
one.
And he's back,
Wow.
baby.
Welcome
Here's your.
back. Are we gonna get a Jokerhead track today?
Oh
um,
Lord, do we? The last thing he said he was gonna submit is the forbidden word. May I poop here? I'm gonna ban him. I'm just kidding.
go ahead.
Good to see you,
Do what
bro.
you need
But
to do. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, do what you want. But yeah, so I finished with my vibes. Did you want to say anything before we give a score?
Well, the thing that I was getting at earlier, I mean, Ham Danik admitted that it was hiding. He was sort of hiding behind the beat there. But I also feel like overall, there's just a little bit of a hesitance around the high mids and the high end. Like it's just
Yeah,
all sort of being hidden, which is a real shame because there's so much interesting texture that you're attempting to use here with like the
yeah,
glitchiness on your vocals and like some of the breakup in other parts that
Brit. Yeah,
needs that high end, those high frequencies and the high mids in order to actually be effective or to be heard in the first place. So the glitchiness on your vocal is also not coming through in part because of the volume, but also because of that frequency imbalance. And I'm wondering if by any chance maybe you're using speakers that have not a lot of low end, or headphones that are giving you a lot of crispiness, a lot of high end, so you're compensating in the opposite direction. Or if you're mixing in like a room that has a lot of reflections, there's already a lot of high end for you. Because I could imagine that if you've got a dishonest set of speakers or listening circumstances, this might actually sound great. It might sound amazing for you, but for the rest of us, if you're listening through kind of rose-colored glasses, so to speak, in terms of your listening environment and your speakers, it's not going to translate to all of your other listeners. So, not sure if that's the case. Either way, the advice is like bring out more of the texture and the high end and the high mids in this because it'll make everything pop. But yeah, I think that's all that I had on first impressions vibes.
Yep. Yep. Shout out Patsy. Pat, be like Patsy, y'all. He didn't even have to chat. He just figured out how to submit everything super fast. So appreciate you.
Nice.
You'll be after this review. So um, yeah. So yeah, five first impressions. I have a score.
You got a score? Yeah, I do too.
3, 2, 1. Yeah.
I gave points for the uniqueness factor. I thought it was cool.
See that? I can see that.
But anyways,
Could sense
content.
the lack of confidence there. So it
Mhm.
really comes through for me. Content. Yeah, we talked about it. Like, there's some cool ideas happening. They just sound shy. I can literally hear it, and maybe it is what Josh is saying too. It might be like your listening environment. So be sure to listen to. Be sure to get like neutral monitors or like headphones like we got here. These are what the AK no audio
ATHM 50s.
yeah, ATHM 50s, Audio Technica. Great kind of neutral set of headphones that you can listen to. Listen to it in your car. Send it to your friends. Send it to us. Listen to your iPhone speaker. All that shit. Um, it'll get very enlightening very quick. But yeah, I guess that's production. So my bad. But content, yeah. It's like darks. There's some cool stuff. I just want you even like the whole song itself, it's in a somewhat of an uncanny valley between super experimental and just like bass music. But the bass music, I'm still confused on what genre there is. It's like a
Yeah,
goth kind of thing. I'm not sure, but yeah, I just want you to go like kind of push things even harder. I would like that.
I agree.
And yeah, we talked about the vocal, like that's the main thing for me, like the main thing of feedback. Like, put it up front, bro. Don't be afraid, and like push things. Like, make it even grittier sounding, make it even more robotic or bit crush sounding, make it more glitchy. Like, I'd love to hear it. So
Yeah. I'll
yeah, that's
say
my content.
on
But
on the vocal, I think there's two things that you could potentially consider doing. One of which would be just to like do more glitchiness, like make it more active and like interesting. Because right now, and I think this is mostly because of the delivery, it does sound a little bit just kind of lackluster. Like it sounds like you're not totally comfortable with the delivery, um, and you're kind of holding back a little bit. And I want to hear you like putting more energy behind it because that will only come through as good. Like it will only make your vocal and the way that we perceive you as an artist sound better. Even if maybe you're not comfortable with like delivering those kind of vocals or something, like get comfortable at it, right? Like keep trying it. Try to like push yourself more to be more emotive with it because I think that would help a
so
lot.
Lex, what's up, bro?
So Lex, what up?
Bro,
But
also Drovink, like, did you submit it all? I see you yapping in the chat, but I don't see any song from you. But you can yap away. I don't care. But yeah, anyways.
but yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's like again, doing a lot of cool stuff. I just think that the vocal is the biggest thing. Like you either gotta deliver with more passion on it or do more crazy like glitchy type stuff, make it less recognizable as just like a sort of raw performance. Um, but yeah, other than that, I mean, really interesting ideas, really interesting chord progressions and melodies. Uh, I think once you produce it, in that process, you might find some areas that you could have more cohesion in terms of the writing. But I'm not remembering anything specific. I think it might just be like odds and ends to sort of tie up as you go through. But yeah, overall, pretty cool.
This guy's just a yapper, bro. But all right, that's fine. It's fine by us.
It's all good.
It's all good. But cool. Yeah. So I gave my piece. You have a score for content?
Yep.
3, 2, 1.
Oh,
And production.
cool. And then production. Yeah, we talked about it. It's not there's not enough detail where the texture is in the high mids and the highs. And
Sorry,
having
I
fun
got
there in
some
the
yapping.
chat.
Me too.
I see that.
Yeah, I'm a yapper.
Fucking
Happens.
yapping and then
Yeah. Bro, I'm tapping in.
yeah.
But,
But anyways, yeah, it's just there's little things to do with production. It's not terrible. Again, it's really interesting. It's just like you gotta clean it up a little bit, make sure that we're getting everything out of it as possible. That's what production's for, so people can get the most out of your song. And yeah, see what you can do.
cool. All right.
You got anything else?
No, I agree with that completely. And I talked about the 8-bit gushing and stuff as well, and just kind of pushing things in the vocal. So yeah, I have a score. Do you?
Yep.
3, 2, 1. Boo. Oh yeah, I was there too.
Nice.
There we go, baby. I always gotta love it when I give a 69 score. And
Great.
track total.
Yeah, I've got it.
3, 2, 1. Boo.
Cool.
There you go. You're on your way. You're on your
Keep
way.
going. Yeah, this is unique. I mean, again, if you got the uniqueness and you just need to improve the technical skills, that's a good fucking place to be, right?
Yeah.
You're like you're onto something with like an artist voice and persona, and like you just need to like perfect it a little bit more and keep working on all of it.
And come out your shell.
Yeah, come out your shell. It's interesting. People want to know what you have to say because it sounds like you've got some unique ideas.
Yep. And don't record on your MacBook mic. Record on a mic, please.
Although Apple will claim that the MacBook Pro mic is studio quality.
Really? Okay.
And some people actually
I
have
got it.
been able to use it in a song, and you literally wouldn't know. Like if it's mixed well enough into the song, you wouldn't know.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I might have to try that, but I'm gonna take the
Yeah.
advice and apply all the ideas. Appreciate you, bro. Be like this guy,
Sounds
man. Be
good.
like him.
Yeah.
Be like Hamdan. But cool. All right. So that was Hamdanic for you. We got Fit In by Fotsy. Josh Paulino is next. Drovel just yapping, but that's cool. And Fotsy, Paulino, their role is the producer. The genre is future bass. Here we go, baby. I love some future bass. It's been a while.
Mhm.
Where's Flume at? Track artist, Fotsy. The description is song I produced with a friend of mine. Having anxiety about releasing it, as it's very personal to me. Hope you enjoy. Okay, so is it like final stages? Like what are you trying to get from us in terms of feedback? Like how does the master sound, or are you looking for huge changes right now, or just like overall vibe? Let us know. But yeah, here we go. Fit In, Fotsy. 3, 2, 1.
Leading a double life, internal battles inside.
Damn.
I'm at war all the time. I'll be fine. It's all I've ever known. I've always had to work twice as hard in order to grow, just to escape words that cut me down right to the bone. Makes me feel hopeless in life. I can't find the balance. I'm just getting by. Medication stroke holding me.
Damn.
The signs if I struggle or succeed. I can help but feel like I'm all alone, trying to keep up with the world around me. I'm a stranger in my own skin.
Can't hear the vocal.
Sometimes I don't have control of it. Inside the crimes they rule my mind. I just wanna fit in.
Heavy sidechain.
I just wanna fit in. I can't figure out how I'm gonna fit in.
So dramatic.
How I'm gonna fit in. Oh, how?
You're the producer and your friend is the vocalist? You guys are both really good.
Yeah.
Verbally violent night, looking in the mirror inside. It kills me every single time.
vocal is so much louder than it was in the chorus.
'Cause I can't shake the insecurities I carry around. doubting myself. Can't function, it's pulling me back to my house. I can't break from the meld. This condition won't be resolved. Medication choke holding me. Decides if I struggle or succeed. I can't help but feel like I'm all alone, trying to keep up with the world around me. I'm a stranger in my own skin. Sometimes I don't have control within. The silent crimes, they rule my mind. I just wanna fit in.
Yeah,
Those could have more impact.
I just wanna fit in. The silent crimes, they rule my mind. I just wanna fit in.
love the
I just wanna fit in. I can't figure out how I'm gonna fit in. I'll keep taking my pills as a quick fix. It's the only way that I'll ever fit in.
Man, there's parts in that song that gave me
Tears.
goosebumps, yo.
Yeah.
Beautiful song indeed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
really.
Yeah, what's your vibes, first impressions, Josh?
I mean, love the raw emotion in the song itself, and
The raw content there, yeah, real.
yeah, and I mean, and overall,
Remember that
just
pickle? Are you watching Pickle?
yeah.
I'm just kidding. Sorry.
Um, just the vocal delivery and the production, like all of it, are at a pretty professional level. It's very impressive.
Yeah.
Um,
You guys can sing and you can produce for sure.
yeah, like for sure, the artistry is there, and the sort of core like
The talent, yeah.
production expertise, talent. Um, there's definitely some production stuff, which I think that's probably where you're looking for feedback. So hopefully that's helpful. But
Yeah.
as far as the song goes, I think this like structure makes sense. The builds and the energy, fluctuations are really nice, and just the raw like meaning and emotion behind it is great. So
Mhm.
that's all cool. I mean, I guess we can get into the details of production later, but I wouldn't say there's any like super major themes throughout. Most of it is with like volume and like gain staging, I would say,
Yeah.
just so you can get the most impact out of each section, pretty much,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
each like element. But
Mhm.
overall, pretty well put together, like fairly well balanced production wise. Very impressive as like a song, as a track. So
Yeah.
kudos to you. What do you think?
Yeah, so my vibes, like I said, like there's times where I feel like goosebumps listening to this track. Like it's very, very fantastic. And this is a perfect example of like there's a different level of feedback for everybody. Like
Yeah, yeah, true.
production, you guys are like killing it, and like the vocalist can sing, right? They can sing. Now where I'm kind of like zeroing in on in terms of vibes, the way that it's produced and the way that it's laid out, and the lyrics as well, it comes across a little bit melodramatic.
Hmm.
Now that is fine. I love like dramatic songs and I love emotional songs. Um, but I feel like where it might go a little bit, just like where it's affecting the vibe a little bit, is the delivery of the vocals, where I feel like there's maybe too much syllables going on and maybe too much literalism. Like I love that it's a real story, but there's like parts of the vocalist where he's like, I forget what the word is. Maybe I can find it. Um, Let me see. I think it was around here. So Josh, I clicked the waveform, then click play, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Trying to keep up with the world around me. I'm a stranger in my own skin.
There, just a little bit.
Sometimes I don't have control within. The silent crimes, they rule my mind. I just wanna fit in.
That's all fine. Let me find a different spot.
Infection is pulling me back to my house. I can't break from the meld. This condition won't be resolved. Medication choke holding me. Decides if I struggle or succeed. I can't help but feel like I'm all alone, trying to keep up with the world around me. I'm a stranger in my
A little bit there with the world around me, and then the condition. That's a little bit. I'm trying to find a specific spot. It's around this area, so
verbally violent night. Looking in the mirror
that first song, I didn't know what that first bit right here. I didn't know what you said even actually.
inside, it kills me every single time.
That's
I
fine.
want to hide, cause I can't shake the insecurities I carry around. Doubting myself, can't function, it's pulling me back to my house. I can't break.
Yeah. So maybe I'm really nitpicky, but that's just like some of the things that I feel, vibes wise. But yeah, like different levels of feedback for everybody. I just feel like there might be a little bit too many syllables here and there. Um, like where instead of trying to get through each syllable to like fit this word or this sentence, I think it could be lessened to make room for your like beautiful voice.
Yeah.
Like, do you see what I'm saying? It's like
Yeah.
very kind of nuanced. Like I don't want you to be rushing through this. Like I want you to like really kind of sing it out, and it might be so subjective that uh like you don't need to re-record this at this stage. Um, I think Josh and I will have some tips on production. I'm hoping that you'll take those tips there. Because it's seems like at the mix and master stage. So yeah, like take it or leave it. But that's just like the kind of the vibe that I'm getting. So
Yeah.
yeah,
I think it's like reasonably acceptable. Like it's not like a terrible thing
it's
overall, but I
not
see what you're
terrible.
saying.
No,
It's like it,
like if,
just
how
when
would
you
I get
have
this
that,
artist to the next level? That's what I would do.
yeah, when you have that, it just contributes this feeling of like slight awkwardness, or like if I were like an A&R or something, I'd be like, okay, this artist has a good voice. Like there's some good production stuff going here. I might actually think like they are sacrificing a lot of enunciation for like
Yeah,
inflections that sound like dreamier, like a lot of like trying to make stuff sound breathy, which like often does work. It's stylistic, right? But if you do it too much, it comes across as amateurish. That's a super common thing with like vocalists, like trying to
yeah,
lean too hard into like a certain, vocal style that's not necessarily like your own, or it's not like natural enough that it doesn't come across as uncanny. And then when you add in like these awkward syllabic spacings, right, or whatever, like that makes that effect come to the front even more. So
yep,
not a huge deal, but it does contribute to the feeling that this artist hasn't quite mastered their delivery and maybe the songwriting as well.
yeah. But it might just make up for how real it is. Like I really do appreciate that.
Yeah.
So and like I said, you guys give me goosebumps. Oh yeah, there we go.
He always
It's
says that. Yeah.
yeah. You guys have given me goosebumps through this, so it's like you guys definitely have something here.
Yeah.
And my vibe score is going to be high. It's just like I said, there's different levels at different stages. So
Yep.
cool. I have a score though. Do you?
Let's see. Let me formulate one. Calculating.
Josh bot,
Beep
calculate.
boop. All right, I got it.
Yeah, I poop here. All right, 3, 2, 1.
Nice.
Yeah, told you.
Yeah, it's up there. It's getting there.
Yeah,
Real close.
like yeah, you guys could make a couple tweaks here and there, and you could have a great. Or this is already pretty good, but a great song. So, content. What do you have?
By the way, I just remembered. Should we say that I don't have to say it? Somebody just submitted as I was about to say that. We've got one
Okay.
more track in the queue now until we have time for one more. So
It's called
we'll,
No Yap Without the Clap. It's by an artist named Mr. Krabs. Is this
it's funny.
by chance the yapper in the chat? What was his name? Drovel Inc. Or did he just go away? Anyways, whoever that
Oh
was, we got your
God.
submission, and you'll be the last one, unless you tip to skip. If you guys tip to skip, like you submit and then you tip to skip, you can be on today. If not, it's going to be Mr. Krabs, which might be a troll track. So
Yeah,
maybe you
we'll
want to
see.
save us, maybe not. Mr. Krabs, if you want to fight for your spot, let us know. But was that Drovel? He's still here. Are you MOT?
Is that him?
Mott? All
We'll
right.
see. We'll
Anyways,
find out.
no yap without
Oh,
clap. I
that's
don't
for
even
sure
know that.
him. Because isn't his profile picture like a Squidward thing? Is that what I'm seeing? Maybe it's not.
Nah, bro. It's like a Totodile, like
Oh,
blue
I thought
dinosaur.
it was like that. That artwork of Squidward where he's like abstract and it's like those
Oh,
colors.
bold and brash. Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
yeah, it
no,
looks
no.
like that.
It's
It's
me,
Mima.
Mott.
Oh,
All right.
it
All
is
right,
you.
bro. I'm
Mima.
glad that you had it in you to stop yapping for once in your life and fill out a form. So
Nice.
appreciate it.
Good for you.
But anyways, back to the content here. Content. What do you got?
I mean, I think content is probably the best thing here. Like it's a
Yeah.
a well written song overall. Maybe there's a couple of lyric writing improvements that could be had, but it's got a lot of meaning to it. It's got a lot of feeling in the delivery. The delivery overall is like pretty professional, right? It's maybe not completely there with some of the pronunciations and some of the
And
like
enunciation.
inflections.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and how
that are
some things I can't, like, make out. Yeah, in
yeah,
terms of,
and
like,
things
what are they
that
saying?
are like you're sacrificing dreaminess or whatever, like sort of tripping over your own words because you're
Mhm.
trying to be so breathy,
Yeah.
and get a certain sound out of those vowels, but you got to also make them understandable to an extent, especially for this genre. So, but
Making a
otherwise,
deal of it with your voice, you know? Like, you're
yeah,
making a huge deal, like, I need to know what it is.
yeah, yeah.
Um,
But I don't know. I don't have a whole lot of other feedback for content. What about you?
it's good. It's good. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I think it's
already I
cool.
said my piece, and it comes to this area too, but overall, it's still really good, so,
Yeah.
yeah. I have a score to you.
Yep.
3, 2, 1. My scores
Nice.
might not make sense, by the way. Production.
It's all good. Okay, production. I think maybe there's
Yeah.
more useful stuff here for you. So, I felt like when it came in, surprisingly, it's not like clipping or anything like that. There's headroom visibly, but there's so much high mid and just like brightness there that it I perceived it as loud, a little bit overly loud and a little bit cutting at the beginning with the vocal, especially.
Mhm,
And the problem is that then when you get into the drop, to me the drop actually felt smaller in a way than the parts preceding it because of how little headroom you had to work with when you transitioned from the verse into the drop.
mhm,
It just didn't have enough room to breathe and to feel louder. And it also often comes down to like frequency balances. So like if you run out of headroom with high mids or high frequencies, right, which is probably the case given where your vocal was at, then like there's no ceiling to go above really to make that drop impactful. There's no more brightness to add. It ends up being just kind of a smeared mess of high frequency stuff and high mid stuff. And I also felt probably because you were trying to make it sound bright and exciting, uh, we're missing a lot of bass in there. Like it just sounds very concentrated and sort of condensed up in those high mids that in that high frequency range, and
mhm,
it was like this just block of cheese, like this wall of sound that the only relief is those deep side chains that like go
mhm,
all the way to zero. They're cool, but it feels like it's compensating for the fact that the rest of the mix itself is just so dense and it doesn't have any room to like pump or breathe. Like we're not getting those really dramatic ups and downs that the synth should be giving. It's just like like full
mhm.
blast and then cut out full blast.
You mind if
Um
we listen to it real quick?
yeah, that's true. Maybe yeah.
Sides if I struggle or succeed, I can help but feel
Far in. I just wanna see how loud the vocals were.
Yeah.
everything inside the
What I wanna say
cracks.
there, during the buildup, the vocal gets kinda lost.
Yep, it starts to get lost because it sounds like the vocal is either at the same level or it's almost like it's getting quieter, maybe because of the stuff around it, but gets lost in the build and then in the chorus it's super lost. But we'll see that.
Yeah, yeah, so we'll keep continuing.
I just wanna fit in.
Talking a lot.
It's cool, but I feel like
Just wanna fit in.
I just feel like that
I think you're right that the bass is a little bit lacking, but yeah.
yeah, I just feel like that whatever that is up there, all that stuff is just
Yeah.
so like unrelenting that it feels a little it's almost like ah shit, that's a lot of high end. Like it am I
Can we hear
gonna
it?
like
Let's see. Like that
it's a
thing?
cool thing, but I feel like because there's like high end like airy sounds behind it, it
Mhm,
all just blends together. Like if it was just that part and there was less of the stuff behind it, it would be able to breathe and shine and soar as like this really cool lead melody, but there's no contrast on the background behind it because it's
mhm,
like this high frequency part, this melodic part happening in front of a bunch of shh sounds that are making all this high frequency noise and it's just noise.
mhm,
You can have noise if you're modulating it enough and if it's not too overbearing to like your subject sounds, like that lead melody. But right now it's like same hierarchy level, if not louder than that lead melody, and it's just the whole backdrop is just like hissing basically.
Mhm.
So I think that some of that could be fixed if you give yourself a little bit more headroom, like in your mix overall. So don't feel the pressure at the beginning to make the vocal as loud as it is. Bring it down a little bit, because to where my volume was, which is always the same. I know like how many dBs it's at. It was a little bit harsh, a little bit loud, a little bit like I might need to turn down a little bit. And
Mhm.
then later it gets buried because there's no more room to make the vocal louder. And the other stuff that comes in can't compete even with the perceived loudness of that earlier section.
Mhm.
So it makes it really inconsistent with how that vocal is sticking out or getting totally buried by other stuff.
Mhm.
And then once you do that, you'll have more room to let the drop breathe. Like take some of the excess out. Make sure that things aren't completely compressed balls to the wall, right? Like let things breathe. They can be just as loud and it'll actually sound more impactful if it's not totally compressed like that. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's my main like
I
production thing overall, I'd say.
Yeah, I can see where he's coming from, and I do agree with you. I think maybe the balance feels overall high frequency heavy, and maybe the bass can kind of come out as well. I do want to give props. I really like when it gets pretty cinematic with the drums. Let me see. The strings, I love that. Like
Mhm.
props to you. There's some really cool stuff out there.
I mean, even those hits though, like for some reason they felt so high pass to me. Like
Mhm.
I just felt like where is all of the low end impact, the
Yep.
bigness of this, right? It was like you have removed the low end for production hygiene, but you've like thrown the baby out with the bathwater. Like those sounds need to be impactful, they need to have low end and oomph. And right now they're being produced into like pop hell. Like you're taking
Mhm.
all of the oomph out for the sake of cleanliness, and there's a balance, right? You can do some of that. You don't want to have things be sticking out too far, too like bass heavy. But right now it's that scale is just being tipped towards the high mid forward thing a little bit too much. We want a more well-rounded, full-bodied sound, I would say, for pop.
I agree with that. Cool.
And again, there can be
Yep.
inconsistencies with listening environments. You might think it's perfect, but that's the point of getting feedback, trying on different systems in your car, different headphones, all that stuff to make sure that you're hearing it the way that the rest of us will as well. Um, I also just wanted to go back and hear how these transitions go from the drop to the verse. Let's see.
Sure.
I can't figure out how I'm gonna fit in. How I'm gonna fit.
Like the vocal immediately just stands out from the mix like 20 times more when it comes in again,
Mhm.
which is interesting. And then I think this one's less masked because of the way it drops out.
I can't figure out how I'm gonna
Yeah, did you
fit
hear that strange little thing at the very end?
in.
There was a little bit of like the wind
It's like
got
a leftover.
sucked out of you feeling like right when it cuts out. What is that? Let's see.
I can't figure out how I'm gonna fit in.
It sounds to me like there's something happening with maybe like automation on the
There's like a
reverb
delay, I
around
think,
the. It sounds like it's automation around the reverb tail, which is
possibly.
giving you that delayed effect. But what's happening is the reverb that's as a result of the signal before it is changing volume for some reason. I don't know why, if it's because of a side chain or because of the way that it got cut or because of, some automation that happened, but it definitely sounds like there's like a little bit of a whoosh sound. It kind of goes up and down,
Mhm.
which kind of caught me off guard. But yeah, anything else you've got for production?
No, I just want to remind also like that that make sure the vocal doesn't ever get buried like that.
Yeah, that's a
That's like
big thing.
that's like a big thing to me too. So, but yeah, like overall, I think it's like somewhat decent. So it's on its way, but there are some things to work on production wise.
Yeah, I agree.
Cool. You got a score?
Yep.
3, 2, 1,
Boom. Nice.
and
Yeah,
track
that was
total.
gonna be on there. And then track total. Let's see. What do we got? Yeah,
I got
score.
my score. 3, 2, 1.
Boom. Nice.
Pretty dang good so
Yeah,
far.
I mean,
It
again,
was
we
freaking
grade things and give feedback based on where you're at and where we think you can go, kind of. And this is like, I don't know, 98th percentile or something like that for our
yeah, pretty
submissions.
good.
Like very
Yeah.
professional and compelling and good. But yeah, hope that you manage to, keep improving it, get it that last little quarter mile there, and send us more stuff. More from you.
Yeah, that was very enjoyable. We appreciate that. What's up, V Punks?
Mhm.
V Punks looking for feedback right now. There is one spot left. Josh, do you know Vermilion and Kingdom? Yes, he
Huh,
does.
interesting. Yeah, I've
Talk
talked
about
to
it.
them. I've interviewed them.
Do
So
you know?
yeah,
Are you
they've
friends with
submitted
them?
to the
Yeah.
stream. They've submitted to the stream, and we have interviewed them individually to get them into the FastTrack platform. So yeah, we know them. How do you know them?
Joel says, "Don't steal my spot. I will yap, bro." That hasn't stopped you, bro. That doesn't stop you. But I'll just say, bro, love that I have a collab with Vermilion Kingdom is super sick. That's fun.
Nice.
The fact that you guys are all together too kind of makes sense. It's like good producers kind of
You
stick
know,
together.
I thought your name sounded familiar, so maybe they mentioned you or something. But
So we should say this by the way because they're both beta users. So
yeah,
guys, Fast Track Feedback Fridays is just a hoax. No, I'm just kidding. It's not a hoax, but
it's a
like
front.
yeah, it's somewhat of a front. But we sit here every Friday to review your guys' music. Um, but it's also to get you somewhat interested in a platform that we're building for musical artists. It's a way to manage your musical projects. So in this first beta set that we have, it's a closed beta right now. You can upload your projects that have several different tracks with them. Say if you're working on an album, and each track you can upload several different versions. With those versions, you can have timestamp comments that are placed along the waveform, kind of like SoundCloud. So you can get very, very particular in terms of your feedback, and you can also share each version or each track or the whole project if you wanted to with collaborators because we all send it to people, right? We send it to our friends, we send it to our collaborators, we send it to Fast Track Feedback Fridays. Um, you guys can invite collaborators to those projects. They can leave timestamp comments as well. They can also, and you can also assign tasks to people. So you can assign, say, like, hey, this vocal is getting kind of buried. You can assign a task to the producer to say unbury the vocals and have it due by Saturday, and they'll get notified. They'll get emailed. They'll get reminded before it's due. So we're trying to, make a platform. This is just one aspect of it. Musical project management that'll just help artists kind of get through and like long term. Vision is we want to make a platform that allows independent artists and independent music industry freelancers, so people like engineers, for example, that make songs sound professional. We want them to be able to come together on one platform, manage their projects together, and form their own record labels so they can make their own contracts, their own royalty splits, and they could do it on their terms, and we give them the structure for it. So if that sounds cool to you, Fatsi, I'm talking to you too because you're a good artist. We talked to Vermilion and Kingdom as well. They're on it. So if you guys are interested, sign up for the beta. You could sign up using that link. It's on our homepage. You can use that little thing to say sign me up for the beta, or you could just Instagram us at my personal Instagram or Josh's or the Fast Track Music Instagram. Just let us know, and we'll literally bring you on as soon as possible. It's a closed beta, but we're bringing people on. So that sounds interesting. Do it. But yeah, so I gave enough time for these people to figure out who's going to submit. I don't think that guy submitted VPunks. Like, let us know if you have trouble. But there is only one spot left. Mott is going crazy in the chat right now, saying no, no, no.
Also, Fazia, I was just going to say, you mentioned you might drop a collab with Vermilion in with a skip. We do have a policy where we only review one track per artist per stream, just because the math would math to that would be 40% of the stream focusing on one artist. So we try to just do one per artist per stream. But if you want to submit, you'll be in the queue and you'll be first for when we stream next. So definitely recommend slotting in there if you want feedback. And
Yeah, I'd love to
you
hear that.
also, yeah, for anybody who wants to submit, you will get an email notification on the day of the next stream in the morning telling you, hey, you're in the queue. This is your position. You're probably going to get reviewed today. Here's the details of what time it is, that kind of stuff. So no fear. If you submit now, you will be first in the queue and you'll get notified when we're going to go live.
Yep. So I don't think V Punks is submitting. They're not getting at us saying anything, and there's no tip, and it's already 7:30. So Mr. Krabs, we're gonna go to you.
All right, Mr.
Mott
Krabs.
is here. Mr. Yap, no yap without clap. This might be a troll, but let's see. Their role includes songwriter, sample curator, lyricist, top liner, arranger, beatmaker, ghostwriter, orchestrator, freestyle artist. It's one of
Oh
these guys:
no.
remix
Oh
artist,
no.
artist, feature artist, session
Oh no.
musician, vocalist, backing vocalist. There's so fucking much. So
Yeah, there's too many.
he does it all. Yeah, there's a banjo player in there. If there's no
Troll.
banjo in there, I'm gonna ban you.
You're banned,
So,
yeah.
but track genre includes contemporary pop. There's no role for yapper, but maybe we should add that. And it's just a work in progress, they say. They want feedback on the arrangement and the vocals. They still need to mix it. And yeah, thank you for the context. And you ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
3, 2, 1.
I've been changing shape to make it fit. Sold my soul and changed my skin. Made of clay, fashion's in
The drum beat is really throwing me for a loop.
This is cool.
You think I snowed you? Thought it melt and turn to ocean.
Harmonically, like, what the fuck is going on? It's interesting.
Oh no.
You second guess my second skin. Cut the line and return the catch. Mow it down.
I wouldn't expect it from Mr. Krabs, but
Why give water just by new flowers? I've been thinking that I've let you down. Would have built your dreams up from the ground. Cross my mind like every other round. Castle made of sand gets washed away. You think I snowed you? Thought it melt and turn to ocean. You think I snowed you? Washed away the salt of the earth.
The way it ends. A little bit abrupt.
yeah.
But
I think it's fitting, though.
interesting. Yeah, this is interesting. Okay, I have a lot of thoughts on this. Like, first
Sure.
of all, it reminds me of that era of like Goatye and like
Goat yay.
Foster the People and like I don't know all those artists that I don't know if you've heard like Goatye's like more low key stuff,
Mhm.
not like his one or two hits or whatever, but like very kind of experimental like
Oh, is he the guy
collage.
that's like, you didn't have to cut me
Yeah,
off?
yeah.
Okay.
Even that song is a little bit. It's got those weird samples at the beginning, and it's
Yeah.
kind of like clicky, low key, like percussion, like just kind of collage esque, a little bit surrealist or something. I don't know. Like,
Very surrealist, yeah.
yeah, this is like interesting because it's intriguing, kind of draws you in. It's a little bit like odd and mysterious while not being too like in your face, sort of.
Yeah.
But
It's like
I
I'm
feel like
doing my own thing. You catch up, and I had to like
yeah,
take 30 seconds to understand the drum beat. I was like, "Whoa,
right.
what is happening?"
I'd say that's kind of a staple of like that general genre, right? Where it's like you've got kind of a quirky drum beat behind some quirky instrumentation, and then you have like a hooky vocal that ties it together. But I do think that you seem to have like really cool experimentation, like interesting chops here with being able to create these like collages of sounds and textures in a very low key kind of way. I
Yeah.
think what's missing or what you can just improve on is making sure that you are tying like a journey throughout the whole song through it so it doesn't just feel like it's one kind of energy level throughout and there's not clear delineation between like sections and like moods and that kind of stuff. So like a more different verse and chorus section, uh, or just like some delineation between them, but more so there needs to be more hookiness like throughout all of it. You can take all that weird experimental stuff and make a compelling melody and compelling motifs, and I think your vocal melody is like on the right track for that, but the other parts are just a little bit too random still. There's not enough of a thread that sort of weaves everything together to make it make sense as a song amidst the complexity. It's just
Mhm.
like complexity for the sake of experimentation with a
Yeah.
little bit of a hooky vocal melody underneath it, but it needs to
Mhm.
be more cohesive overall.
Yeah. For some reason, I'm getting this weird visualization that it's like a modern art exhibit that just kind of keeps going. Like you can walk in and then it's doing the same thing. You walk out and it's like
Yeah.
just kind of. I'm getting like We Shop, not We Shop channel, but like just like We channel music,
Just
or like
around and
like
around. There's no
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
high point.
And it sounds like kind of very clean and very like when Squidward goes to the future, or no,
Yeah.
what happened? He breaks through the freaking elevator. Do you know what
Yeah.
I'm talking about?
Yeah. Yeah.
Where it's just like a white background and he's like
Yep.
alone. Like this is the vibes that gives me. We Channel Gang Rise Up. I'm talking
Yeah.
about it. But yeah, so it's interesting. It's very interesting. I do agree. I get somewhat lost. I guess I was pretty attentive like the whole time because I was trying to figure out what the heck is happening,
Yeah.
especially with the drum loop. Like, yeah, I was just like, I was like, I thought I have the groove, but then oh, it's doing some weird like time signature thing that doesn't seem exactly right, but it seems like it's okay. Like it's interesting, and yeah, like the stuff that Josh was talking about in the background. I really like those glitchy kind of pianos. I don't even know if they're pianos, but they're like these little things. Super
Yeah.
cool. I really enjoyed those. So yeah, I did not expect it from this yapaholic here, but there you go. What's up, Singora? Singora. Good to see you, bro.
Yeah.
This is the last song, but if you want to submit your song for next week, or if you want to just submit your spot, you can switch out the song later. Just use that form, and we'll get to you. But
Oh,
welcome.
and Punks, thanks for your submission. You'll be first in our next stream. So you'll, like we said, you'll get email notified the day of to let you know, hey, we've got your track in the queue. You're up first. You will be on. Like, here's the time when the stream starts and the link, that kind of stuff.
Yep.
So
And if you want to
yeah,
switch out your song as well, Punks, you can do that. Just do it before the stream.
yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, that's my vibes. You have anything else?
Um, I mean, it was just like very intriguing, like you said. Like I this one honestly felt like it went by the fastest. I feel like because it was just so interesting. It kind of like led you on this journey where you're trying to understand and discern, and also just like yeah, I don't know, it's interesting, kind of like soothing in a way too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Do you have a score?
Yeah, I do.
3, 2, 1.
Nice.
Content.
And then content, like I said, I think it's just about the songwriting and cohesion and hookiness and making sure that there's a reason for everything. You can have a
Mm-hmm.
little bit of randomness and playing around, experimenting, but like some of the musical parts, like the like harmonically, like what's going on or what's being formed by all these elements harmonically, doesn't quite have enough like logic or um just like isn't aesthetically pleasing in terms of the chords that are being drawn. It's just a little bit too random. There's like the spectrum between randomness and like order, and
Yeah.
you're just a little bit too far towards the like I'm just experimenting because that's fun versus like I've made something that is experimental and interesting and weird, but has this innate appeal to it. Has
Yeah.
this innate like feeling like there are moods that shift throughout this, and it makes you feel something like that's where you need to get more towards a little bit more order in terms of the chords that you're forming and where the journey and the energy goes throughout and the melodies.
Yeah. I totally see like that's what I get. When I picture this artist, they're just like, yeah, we'll just do whatever the fuck I want, and like, oh, this is cool, and like, like in their own world.
Yeah.
And then we're over here just like, man, what's going on in his head? Like, what is happening?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it's like interesting. There's cool spots there, but I don't know what he's doing there. Like, what is happening? Like, do I stay? Do I go? What do I do?
Yeah.
So it's interesting, and I think you're talented for sure. So did you produce it and do the vocals? I can't tell because you filled out every fucking role, so I don't know what to believe anymore.
True.
Maybe I'll start with the first roles that you put in. Let's see if I can go all the way back. Songwriter, sample curator, lyricist, top liner. Maybe I don't know. If you could let us know. I did everything, even the banjo, fucker. I'm gonna ban you. I said it. I'm gonna do it. I'm just kidding. But anyways, yeah, that was cool. Do you have anything else for content?
No, I don't think so.
3, 2, 1. Yeah, production.
Yeah, honestly, production was not the main thing that I felt like made or break would make or break this.
I felt in the very beginning when the vocal came in, I thought it was kind of buried. Did you think that?
Let's see, let's listen.
Oh, sorry. You doing it?
Yeah.
I've been changing shape to make it fit. Sold my soul and changed my skin. Made of clay, fashion cinder. Your hand shaped me, I surrender.
First of all, that whole part to me makes perfect sense. Like that is like, I don't know what it reminds me of, but it's acceptable. Like it doesn't. I think there's enough hookiness in that melody there, and the stuff happening around it is like sort of one or two, maybe two chords, but
Hmm.
it's interesting. It's fine. It just needs
You
to
know
go
what's
somewhere
crazy
after that.
too? What's
Mhm.
crazy too? Listening back now that I've experienced it once,
Yeah,
listening back to it was like much more enjoyable. Like I
yeah.
wasn't confused as much.
No,
So
this
that's
is that
cool.
kind of
Like this
song.
might be like meta shit. Like replayability. You got some
Do you know what this
replayability.
is? This is like it's a lot like a ton of Bon Iver songs where
Okay.
you're like, what in the fuck am I listening to the first time?
Yeah.
And then you start to learn all of the patterns, and they become like these really powerful, unique hooks.
Uh-huh.
Where there's something interesting about the way that the flows are structured and the melodies that is hard to grasp the first time around because it's odd and complex and non-standard.
Mhm.
But like once you've heard it once or maybe a couple times, you come back and it's like this makes perfect sense. It just feels so like unique and almost like at home and sort of comfortable in a weird way. This
Mhm.
was just like soothing to listen to that 20 seconds. It was like, or maybe mesmerizing is a better word actually. It was
Yeah.
like interesting.
But yeah, my thing was, did you think that the vocals were too quiet or?
Yeah, that's my main feedback I think for production is just that the vocals are just a little bit under, like they're just a little bit too quiet. I think they should be pushed up a little bit and feel a little bit more upfront and present,
Too
and that
front?
would
Yeah.
make a huge difference for the whole track.
Yeah. Right
It
now
would
they
help
seem
with
like
the
at the same.
confusion.
Yeah, they seem like a little bit buried or maybe same level-ish of everything else that's going on. So
Yeah,
it's just like, what am I focusing on? And I'd
yeah.
like to focus on the vocal at least a little bit, but what is that even name? Fist that. Is that right? What's up, bro? Good to see you. But yeah, this is a wacky song. Yeah, I think that's my only thing for feedback. Otherwise, it felt really clean.
Yeah.
Um, yeah.
The only thing I can think of is maybe there's a little bit of room to add a
You
couple
haven't
of
compressed them? Wild. Okay.
well, yeah, I mean, maybe there's a little bit of room to add some other like here and there supplementary sounds just to spice it up a little bit because it is pretty samey throughout in terms of like what instruments are playing. Still mesmerizing, but it starts to lose its effect a little bit as you get later in the song, I think. Um, and maybe try experimenting a little bit with like vocal doubling and that kind of stuff just to get more of that sort of washed out, like, stereo width, hard to pin your, put your finger on sound. Um, it could just add a little bit of depth and 3D-ness and intrigue to the sound, but it's really cool. I like it a lot. Unique.
Yep. Just letting you know, Fist. I don't know if that's right. He never told me if it was right, but yeah, this is the last song today. But if you submit your song, you could save your spot for the queue next week. And just during the week, if you wanted to switch out your song, you could do that. So yeah,
Yeah.
we'll honor the spot. Especially in the chorus, I want to do harmonies. Yay! Yeah,
Yeah,
that'd be
that'd be
great.
sick.
To be honest, I don't even know what the chorus is. It's like,
True.
this whole song is just like one experience. So it's
Yeah.
cool. I feel like this might be something that I'd like to listen to again and again. Like
Yeah,
I'd
I
probably
agree.
appreciate it on the second listen.
I
But
agree.
yeah, do you have a score for production?
Yep.
All right, 3, 2, 1.
Nice.
Yeah, that was very clean. Track total.
Yeah, I've got a score.
My scores don't make sense. 3, 2, 1.
It's all good.
Listening back, I liked it more.
I'm gonna bring it up a little bit. I mean, I just think it's really
It's
cool and
weird. It's
unique.
really weird.
It
Yeah.
is really weird.
You're a hypnotist, bro.
Yeah.
You're crazy.
Yeah, it's cool.
But
I see how
yeah, I
your
can't wait to
scores
hear it.
went up after listening to it again. I
Yeah,
think mine kind of did too.
yeah, I don't get it.
Yeah.
It's interesting. There's definitely a lot of talent, so
Yeah.
it's cool.
Please send us
Yeah,
more. Send us another track, subscribe, whatever, follow us. Send us
yeah,
more. We'd love to hear it.
yeah. If you guys, like we said, if you're interested in the beta, it's a platform that allows musicians to get on there, manage their music projects. You can upload tracks. Each track can have their own versions. Each versions has a waveform with timestamp comments, and those versions can be shared with collaborators with different access levels. They could be edit only, they could be view only, comment only, stuff like that, so people don't mess your stuff up. Get feedback from everybody. Get surgical feedback from everybody. Get feedback, improve. Get those songs out. Get better music out. You can assign tasks to each other. They will be notified and emailed and reminded, so you guys can get the stuff done that you need to get the stuff done. And is that all? I think that's
Soon
all.
the ability to build teams so you can build like almost your own record label, create, partnerships, deals on your terms, no contracts, none of that stuff. And then, so you can have the resources that you need to make great music. Bunch of tools with AI, hopefully, to help you like do the things you don't like about making music, like all the
Like
promotion,
promo.
planning, and like all of that kind of stuff. Messaging with your people, with your team, just making everything easier in terms of releasing and making music. So if you have ideas for that as well, we'd love to get those, and hear your feedback on what we're working on and what we've built. So again, all you need to do is reach out to us if you want access to our closed beta or secret little product behind the scenes behind this FastTrack platform. Just reach out to us. Instagram, either of ours are fine, or the FastTrack_music one. Also, our Discord, which we can pop in the chat there. You can
Boom.
ask us to be onboarded to the product there. And yeah, great stuff today. Really interesting, unique tracks. Like not a lot of cookie
Yeah.
cutter, which is great.
Yeah. Our
And
algorithm is all over the place. I don't get it.
yeah,
But
I know. Different every week. But yeah, again, follow us on Twitch so you get notified when we go live. Come back. We're here every Friday from 5:30 to 7:30 Central. And yeah, you got anything else?
nah, man. Let's get out of here. I gotta pee.
Sweet. All right. Thanks, everyone. Have a great weekend. We'll see you next week. Peace.
Peace. Double peace.